Welcome to the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night. It's time to talk a little bit of mixing. Yes, it is. Sorry about last week. I was on call out and I got rudely called out at 7:30 over to Keighley. So there was no chance I was going to be back. So I do apologise for last week's show. I'm pulling it so late. But we're back this week. So who you've got on is myself, Benny Vapes. You've got our own mixing guru, which is Graham Net Reality. We've got the Sevi Ballesteros of vaping, the Arnold Palmer of mixing, which is Bill the Chair. We have got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty, and we've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. So welcome to the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. If you are in chat, just have a look at the top and switch it over from Twat Chat to Live Chat, and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. There you go. Done.
There we go. Okay, and that's the end of the show.
And that's it. That's it.
It's a lot longer than last week's show was.
Yeah, this gave him so much more time than last week.
Yeah, it certainly did. Jeez.
Although we were in Zoom long enough to do a show. That's
we could have got on, yeah. We could have actually got on. Just pop chat out. Pop chat out. Liam, do you want
in
to
Zoom
go
longer than a normal show last
week?
week?
Go through chat?
Yeah, in chat tonight, we have
one.
Kenny 2023, Craig D, Billy Lee Rice, Ian Thomas, just loads of Craig D, Kenny 2023, and Ian Thomas, Billy Lee Rice, Swamp Thing, John Vaping Joker, Martin Saunders, John Vaping Joker, Rajan Sagu.
Raja?
Apologies if I've completely massacred your name.
Got Mr. Hooked on Funk. Hooked on Funk.
Hooked on Funk. Technically. Hey, it's just old Craig D and Kenny again. Hanky Panky 70. Ben M.
Ben M.
Hooked on Funk, Vapor Bunny, Fee. This is a long one tonight. Rocky Tooney. And I believe that, Richard Kidd, Leo Barry. I believe that is everybody.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what we'll do is... All right, no problems. You could just say it.
I didn't know.
I'll see.
Yeah, code AFL is live on Bull City now. You can use it now on Bull City. 6% off.
All right,
Well,
so
you can get that with Kitchen Mix 6.
Yep. Well, it's
sure.
shorter. I wanted something short and easy for people to remember.
John,
You're trying to confuse people. Long names, Bill.
Oh, it's your initials.
Yeah, it doesn't stand for Alien and Farm Life.
yeah.
I was disappointed to read that, to be honest.
It's actually easier for me to remember Kitchen Mix 6 because I've been using it for freaking 3 years now. So
For 53 years now. Holy
Yep,
shit.
53 years I've been ordering.
I didn't know the internet was around that long.
yeah. Oh.
Skynet's taking over. It's okay.
Greg needs to put a question in. He says, Benny, what is the best way to wicken out here with what cotton, and is dark side any good? So that's just getting the questions out straight away that we're making in the channel. Any way you want, to be honest with you, as long as you don't use tampon for cotton, then you'll be fine. Make sure it's not bleached. So any cotton you want, to be fair. Whatever suits your needs. And just make sure it's a little bit tight so it squeaks.
Or you could always use the unsalted range.
Yeah, use the old salted range, yeah.
John, how you doing, man?
So, before we go on, we have got our sponsor, which is Flavour Craver. Go over and get your one-shots from there. They've got all the original flavours, if you know what I'm talking about. So go over and get all your one-shots from Flavour Craver, and if you go over at Bill City, you can use AFFLFGGHP.
The American Asshole Football League.
Exactly, yeah, that's the one, Bill. That's the one. And over at Nom Noms, is the code for Nom Noms that you use, that we can use?
Noted 12.
Noted 12 over at Nom Noms if you want to get your concentrates from Nom Nom. So don't forget, use Noted 12. And then we won't get any kickback, but obviously the lads will on Noted.
Yeah.
Anything we can do. Well, we don't really get kickback on it either. This is just to help the community.
Benny, your bottom Zoom line is showing up.
All right, it's because I've got my thing. Why is it? Oh, it's because I've just done
It's because
Zoom.
I chatted in there and
Yeah.
chat pops it up. Sorry.
Yeah, sabotage.
I know this from the other side of things.
Sabotage. It might not, because I've just updated it.
Yeah, it's the Zoom update got you.
Then he
It got
broke
me.
it. It's okay.
It got me.
That big yellow button won't fix it, Benny, so don't press it.
yeah.
It will
Yellow
fix it,
button,
actually.
the big yellow button.
Hold
You'll
up.
get it.
You keep talking then. You keep talking.
Martin Saunders, to answer your question, which was, I've been looking at Flavour Craver. What's your favourite one-shot? It would be Mexican fried ice cream for me.
I've heard good things about that one. I really have. What's the less savory name ones? They're pretty interesting sounding too.
Yeah, I believe Benny's one is probably going to be Awai Ho.
Yeah, I do like Awai Hall.
That's because he is, Fletcher.
If you like your custards, Welsh custard is also worth picking up.
Wow.
Graham is hiding from the internet as best he can right now because he knows it's going to get him.
If they send me another request, I'm just going to ignore it this time.
Some people call him the Space Cowboy.
Somebody will just call him Maurice.
Yeah.
Right. Done it.
Done
Oh,
it.
no, I
Got it. Got it.
Hold up.
It'll
No, I haven't.
change shortly, I guess, because it hasn't yet. 20 seconds.
Well, it did go off.
Still there on mine.
We're finally having a nice spring day here. I hope everyone else is starting to get.
We'll see what happens. If it
It's
doesn't go
gone. It's there. It's gone.
off-
It just took it. Like I said, it takes that, where
Yeah,
we're 20 seconds behind. Now it's back.
I know. He went and then came back, and he went and came back. I don't know why he's fucking doing it.
Oh, the great Zoom updates.
Yeah.
Benny, it's to keep your blood pressure where it needs to be. High.
Yeah.
It's gone again. It's back. It comes and goes now.
Oh,
He's
It
coming,
goes
he's
away when
going.
Tim talks.
yeah. So anyway, we'll go around and do what is if you have to just put away controls. To be fair, it might be because Tim put that in.
It may be.
Could be. I might have to take that off now.
Yeah, you just have to click it, open it, and then close it again, and it goes away.
Yeah, that's it. That's why it's Tim's
It's
fault.
been doing that to me for the last like
I
couple
think
months.
Tim's fault.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you click the chat, then you click the chat a second time, it goes away, and you're all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. We're gone now. We're
So
clear.
periodically through the show, we'll put something in chat just so it pops up again.
Just to annoy me. Just to annoy me. Yeah.
Something
Right.
that he didn't have to put in there in the first damn place is what.
Exactly. He could have just said it. Exactly.
No, I forgot to say it before the show. So.
Yeah, Anki, you'll get used to it, mate. I'm always like this. There's always something that goes wrong. Anyway, what we're vaping on, we'll start with Graham.
Okay, Gore 21 with the barrage on top, and in that I've got some Bugsy's White Rabbit, and that's it. All I've been doing this week is flavour tasting all the shit I've made over the last 6 months and going in the bin, in the bin, in the bin, in the bin, and then just marking the recipes to need improving. So I just needed a break, and so I decided White Rabbit. Something which I haven't mixed, and I'll pass it on to Tim because he's sneaking off.
So I just wicked up the Griffin because we got talked about last night. Re-wicked it, and I got my my Shamrock Shake, which I didn't call Shamrock Shake. It's the one I just made. She labeled it wrong, but it's okay. That's in there, and then I got the Nom Noms. What is it? OG cookie milk in the GT4 on the Gruss, and this has got the Aegis Legend with we have Hooked on Funk in here. That's the skin he made for me. And then I got the Guar 21 with the Hadley on top, and then that I'm about to switch over to probably the Drunken Monkey, but I was doing flavor testing on this. Lots of it. So, and with that, I'm going to pass it over to I got to pass it to the birthday boy, or yesterday's birthday boy, the chair.
The grumpy one.
Yeah, he looks like he's so happy.
It only lasts a day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That was yesterday.
I am on the Arbiter with the GER 21, and in that I have got Banana Nut Muffin. And I am on the Arbiter with the GER 21, and in that one, I think I'm going to call this Blue Raz Cream Cake. Because that's basically what it is. And I will pass it to Liam.
And so I've got the Deja Vu with the Steam Crave Aromizer V2 on top. And in that, I actually finished my Breed's Custard. 250 ml does not last long. I'm now vaping Marshall's Butterscotch Crumble.
Ooh.
You're vaping your old stock, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
And I've also got the X-Cross Nano with I've actually had to swap it out for my second pod.
How long's that lasted you?
The first pod lasted me about 3 months.
Wow.
But I only vape it on and off. But now in work I sneak out if I can and have a quick puff. But I've got the vanilla custard tobacco.
We don't judge on this show.
Yeah, we just need an update too on what the best-selling bait this week was. 2 weeks worth of updates here.
I judge on this show.
Yeah.
I judge if you're doing mouth to lung.
I'll pass it back to Benny.
Thank you very much. We're getting some happy birthdays for you there, Bill. We've got one from Hanky. We've got one from Jay. He's put grumpy birthday. Grumpy birthday. Grumpy
It's
birthday.
not my birthday.
Just coming in now is our real show sponsor. If you do go over to Mr. Propercall's website and put in DIY 10, you get 10% off. So go over and check out some of his coils. Do use DIY 10 for 10% off. Thank you. You all right, John? Right, so I'm on the Guar 21 with the Valkyrie Mini, which is really pissing me off at the moment because it floods. It floods for no reason. When I fill it, what it is, right? It's when I fill it, and I've come to the conclusion that the holes are too fucking small. And it goes, when you fill it up, it goes underneath there. You know, oh, that grommet at the top. It goes underneath, then goes down the middle of the fucking thing. And then you end up with a mouthful of red hot fucking spit. It's burnt my lip about 5 times, and I'm like, fucking thing. So
Or change it.
Change it to what?
Arbiter.
I've got 2 arbiters, yeah, but I just can't be asked wicking them. Do you know, I quite like a single coil, so I'm going to get that new Mike Vapes one when it comes out.
The Blaze.
Single coil. Yeah, the Blaze single. Because I do like a single coil. And there's
Well,
not
the
many single
Arbiter
coils.
Solo is a single coil.
Yeah, but I use that one as a mouth to lung. I ain't used it for a while because I've been using this little fella that it drags me onto the box. That's got.
The Sissy mod. Yes. I
Yeah.
know.
And inside that, I've got the Nautilus bridge, and I'm on the last bit of nasty menthol tobacco. That's out anyway, so I'll probably get just. That's it. How much a half decent set of coils anyway? Something around 2 or something. 0.2. Go over at Proper Coils, you can use DIY 10 and get 10% off. Is it $9.99? Is it $9.99? Something like that? €10? John will tell you.
From 7 to 10 euros, and
Yeah, I was gonna say, depends on
after
what
you do
coil
the
it is.
currency conversion, it's a lot lower than you think it is, because we're doing well against the euro at the moment.
I've got the Kelpie. I don't know where it is, but I have got the Kelpie. It's what? Yeah, so Richard, go over to John's site and have a look. The thing is, I know you're saying, oh, I don't want to spend 20 quid or like that, but if you buy them, you'll find that they're going to last. That's the difference between buying a Chinese manufactured coils that are wrapped by a machine and all that lot. Is that these coils, they'll last you 6 months before you got to
Well,
pay
I'll put it to you like this, Richard. I have got 103,009 puffs on this Arbiter or this, and it has a pair of proper coils in there that I have never replaced. So I have got over 100,000 puffs on one set of coils, and they're still going. Yeah.
So if Canada is sort of exchange and all. Right, from Canada. You can get from some what is it over your way? Who would you get them from over your way? Because you can't ship to.
You got Coil Clout. You can get them from. You can get
Yeah, but he said that's the thing is he was, because most everybody around here.
There's a lot of
charges
places.
20 or so.
I don't know if Sammy Nitro still does his. There's a bunch of different individuals. There's a few different companies.
There's a few
I'm
that
trying
are
to
on way.
think. I haven't bought any in a while, so I don't know, because they do last. That's just it. They do really last. Like when Bill was saying that, I was looking at this. I got like almost 76,000 puffs on my Guar 21 already, and that's on the same coil that I've had in here. That single coil Duchess coil has been in here for the entire time.
Yeah, basically. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to throw them away after they still look
after they hit that
they'll
certain
poison you, so that then you have to buy more.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that do them. Because what is it sent them for? If you watch Cloud Cartel, I know he's a sponsor of my other show. He does Codename Wired, and there's a few lads on there that do wire, do coils.
Yeah, you got AVTV.
Yeah.
Duchess is on one of them, and then but Duchess isn't selling right now. But him, KVTV, and there's another. Why can't I think of it? There's 3 of them. Yeah, but they'll do the coils. There's a bunch of different places. There's a new one that I'll try to look up the information for, that I was just talking about, that I know Linda from Noted just got new coils in from her, and Daniel just got coils in from somebody that makes some pretty solid coils too.
Yeah, so I don't think John ships to Canada, does he?
I don't know.
I don't know if he does Canada. I know he can't do
He
US.
doesn't do the US, but I don't know
which
about
is
Canada.
sad.
Yeah. Well, John will ship to the US. You'll just never get them.
He'll
ship them to you.
Bill's been waiting for his for how many years now, Bill?
If you pay for them, John will ship them to you.
Oh, Nick
Whether
Devine.
you get 'em,
Troy saying Nick Devine, who is going to be on Friday on the Proper vape show, whatever it's
Oh,
called, proper show,
awesome.
late show, night
With
show,
proper coils.
with
Yeah.
proper coils.
And it'll be a nice change to have somebody on there that knows something about coil building for a change.
Yeah, and it doesn't just take a bunch of mesh coils and solder together.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
you'll
if you
watch.
haven't, oh, sorry.
Go on. No, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say, if you haven't checked it out, check out Proper Coil site anyway. Even if you're not in the area where you can buy it from, they've done a beautiful job on that site. I was looking at it last week with John and Graham, and
Yeah, you can get proper.
that
You can
site
get
is
proper points.
Gorgeous
Proper
site.
points for proper prizes. So checking some fasted coal bills in Canada. Yeah. Rajan's saying check there. Kenny says the question is: are coils by Scott as good as proper coils, or coils by Scott as good as Prod John's? You'd have to the
That's
proper
that
late
debate.
show. You'd have to try them and compare them. No biasness on here. I'd get John's coils. Right. So you might have seen the title of the show. I did change it because I thought Graham wasn't going to be on. Because Graham told me that he was going to be otherwise indisposed. So I thought we were going to be stoned again tonight, to be fair. He said he were working, but I thought we were going to be stoned. So I did change it. But I was looking at, do you know what? I've been craving a biscuit.
Yeah.
But like Rocky's just put one in. He's doing one on ALR for, what is it? For me. So yeah, I've been craving a biscuit. Either a cream biscuit, a jammy dodger. Do you know what I mean? Like a custard cream. I know loads of people do custard creams, but that sort of biscuit, sort of, and I quite fancy a shortbread biscuit vape.
Well, I got that shortbread recipe with a whiskey shortbread. You can just take the whiskey out if you just want the shortbread.
I believe Breestone's coils are available in Canada as well, from different sites.
Yeah. Scott Miriam bought some Clapton wire and I'm just making my own calls. Yeah, you can buy your own. You can buy some Clapton wire. Buy Clapton wire and do them yourself. Not wrong with that. And someone says, Twisted Timmy, AJ Holland, Duchess Coils, Alice View, as well as Nick Devine, and you can get your custom coils in States. Technically, I've been coils by Cheech.
When we have plenty of people right here in chat that make excellent coils that have been bragged about many times too.
Yeah.
That show up in chat frequently.
Jay's tried both. Scott's he prefers Mr. Proper Coils. So Martin did. He's put a thing in. He says, "You guys were right. I removed the vanilla frosting from my strawberry cupcake recipe. Eat it for 3 weeks. Tried yesterday, and it's not harsh."
That was what it was. That's what we
Yeah.
thought. None of the rest of it seemed like it would be.
So Cheech's value coils are coming out.
You want to share? I'll share the whiskey shortbread.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't if you don't want a whiskey in it. I made it because it was wanted it for Christmas, so I thought a whiskey shortbread would be nice. So it's butter-based VTA at 0.55. Pie crust 1-on-1 at 1.4, powdered sugar at 0.75, and shortbread at 1.75. And if you want whiskey in it, it's 1. If you don't want whiskey in it, Scotch whiskey at 1.3. And it's really nice.
Is it like a shortbread?
Yeah, personally, I don't like the whiskey. I thought it would be a great idea.
Yeah, well, that
to have
Scotch whiskey's got
whiskey.
bite.
Yeah, I should have just done shortbread.
There's other whiskeys that would have worked better in a bakery like thing.
Yeah,
That one there, you picked probably.
but I wanted a really kind of blonde whiskey. Didn't want the dark whiskey, so that was when I picked the Scotch whiskey from VTA.
Ooh, yeah, but that's got such bite to it.
Yeah, it has. So, but that worked out really well, and it has got that kind of powdery feel with the powdered
Has it got
sugar.
that sugary?
And the
Has it got that sugary taste so that you have on a shortbread?
Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's what the powdered sugar does, and the pie crust gives it the shortbread by Inawera is quite thin,
Fraction, you all right, mate?
but the pie crust gives you that kind of texture with the powdered sugar. And you can always up the powdered sugar if you want the more of the sugary texture.
Sugary taste.
Yeah.
Ian Thomas says, Nerelia, how does SSA shortbread compare to Inawera?
I don't think I've got it.
The SSA it's lacking a little bit of the body, but it also has a nice top note to it. Like it's almost like it's gooier. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? It's like it's
Well-
not a bad flavor, but it needs more help. I
Well,
think
the
Inawera-
Inawera one as well. That's why I put the pie crust with it, because the Inawera drops in the middle, but it's quite thin. So it lacks that middle, the body. So the pie crust, because it's a shortbread pie crust, boosts the.
If you really want to check the SSA one, I believe Rocky has a few recipes out there with that and ways to make it work.
Well, Rocky's just
Well.
put one in on ELR. He's just put the Artful Dodger on ELR. So if anybody wants to bring that up,
Planning. Batteries are out.
zip it. You all right?
See if I can find it without my PC falling over.
Because he's got quite a few recipes with the shortbread in it.
I do like shortbread.
Right, so I've got Rocky's recipe here, but
There you go.
it's actually made my sound out of sync with my lips. So I'll just share screen on it.
It looks all right here.
It's really delayed on mine.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you've
so-
got a little bit now, yeah.
Yeah, so Artful Dodger by Rocky Tooney is 2% biscuit by Flavour Jungle, 0.4% Vape Train Butter Base, 0.6% Flavora Cream, 1% Raspberry Syrup by SSA, 1% Shortbread Cookie SSA, 1% Strawberry Jam VTA, and 3% FA Vanilla Cookie.
And
You know,
see
that
how
looks
you
really nice,
Use the
that.
biscuit
Yeah.
to bump the shortbread up, and that's actually a really good combo.
I
Yeah,
will
that
drop
looks good.
that
I might,
into chat for everybody.
yeah, I might have to try that one because that's what I was sort of looking for. Do you know? Because you don't see, when you see biscuit, and it seems to have gone out of flavour, does biscuits. You used to see them all the time, you know, like the cream biscuit, what we have, used to see them all the time. But they don't seem to do them now. So I quite fancy, you know, I like that biscuity taste. I do like that biscuit taste in it. I do. I think it's quite nice vape, is that, rather than a pastry. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people do pastries and cheesecakes and things like that, and I just think a biscuit tastes really nice. And I've been sort of thinking, ooh, I do like that.
Yeah, Benny wants a chicken and biscuits with gravy.
Well, that's why
That's
I
what
put
he said
not
in the
with
chat.
gravy.
Oh, God, let's not go down that route again.
I've got a couple of I do have a couple of biscuit recipes that I can share.
Yeah.
So I'll lead off with Fiddy's Biscuit Blues,
Mm.
done for a charity mixing stream. This was 2 years ago, or coming up to 2 years ago. So this is 2% Wonder Flavors blueberry jam, 0.5% Vape Train Butter Base, 0.75% Wonder Flavors Cotton Candy Jelly Bean, 4.5% of Capella Crunchy Frosted Cookie, 0.5% of Cap Super Sweet, and 1.5% FA Vanilla Cookie.
I tell you what, I am noticing that you've all used buttery biscuit base.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rocky's used it, Graham's used it, you've used it.
Yeah.
And I'm,
Yeah, it really gives that freshly churned butter. It's got that little, you know, when you churn butter with sugar when you're starting to make a cake.
all right, yeah. When you,
That's exactly what it tastes like to me.
right.
Right. The next one is Mom's Cookies, which is 0.75% SSA Bakery Orange, 0.5% of Vape Train Butter Base, 4% Crunchy Frosted Cookie from Capella, 1.75% DV Marmalade, but you can swap that for the Vape Train Orange Marmalade at the same percentage, and 1.25% FA Vanilla Cookie. It gives you a baked orange cookie.
Right. Yeah,
Baked
that'd
orange
be,
flavour
I'm,
biscuit.
I'm
Bakery
not a
orange is a
massive
beautiful-
orange person.
Is it possible to get a margarine base rather than the butter base? Because I like
Yeah.
margarine better.
You use
And-
yeah, actually there is. You could easily use Wonder Flavors cookie butter. That's got a margarine-y flavor.
The next one is one that I never released. I've just completely forgot to. I just noticed it now when I typed it in. So this is circled. You know the little I think
Party
they're
rings.
little foxes rings.
Party rings.
Yeah. Yeah, the party rings. So it's 4.25% crunchy frosted cookie from Capella, 0.25% Flavora frosting, 1% powdered sugar from 1-on-1, 1.75% cap raspberry, 1.5% super sweet. No, sorry, 0.5% super sweet and 1.5% Capella sugar cookies.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a really sweet one at 1.5% super sweet. Wow.
Yeah.
We're commercial
No.
mixing today.
Yeah, yeah. They look good to them, like I say. Zipper says, piss off with FA cookie.
I did have another two lined up, but I'm not too sure. They only very, very loosely fit in, and then they've got a biscuit flavour in them.
Right. Rocky's got Get Shorty and Pecan Sandals.
Sandies. Pecan sandies.
Sandals, obviously sandals. We've got pecan sandals. And Fee's got one up as well. A cookie sandwich recipe on here if someone wants to bring them up. Anki's saying, I've got some aniseed concentrate here. What would any of the panel suggest to go with it?
A bin.
Yeah, beans. You could go with you could put some blueberry in it.
What,
You could put
what
a
did it say?
raspberry
Aniseed?
with it.
Yeah.
Aniseed,
You can make it works really well with black liquor, so it should work well with that. You could make like an ice cream or a milkshake out of it.
Mhm.
It's actually much tastier than you'd imagine it to be.
Rajan, I don't think I'd ask that. You know, you don't ask that type of
It's a cookie public.
Yeah.
Um,
Is your cookie public?
Jay's saying if you wanted, you could use honey tobacco and some licorice and some RY4.
Yep.
Aniseed, go with RY4. Yeah, go with some honey tobacco. Go some honey.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, it all depends on what you want. It won't go with like a strawberry. I think it overpowers a strawberry. I think it overpowers bananas, fruits, and things like that. You've got to go with more the darker fruits, haven't you? You don't go bad with a blue raspberry. You know, that goes quite well. It's one of them ones is aniseed because if after a while it can taste a bit like a what is it?
shit.
Well, yeah, shit, yeah. It's basically, yeah. It tastes like an aniseed ball after a while because all you get is aniseed. You don't get a lot of all else. So your mouth, you drop salt reset flavors and you just end up with aniseed. Thomas says I can fully recommend Tooney's pecan sandals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them. You have to change it for sandals.
So you got them already, Liam, or do you want me to put them up?
Yeah, I've got Fees and I've got both the Rockies up as well,
Okay.
so I can do a quick share screen on those. So we'll start off with Rockies Get Shorty. So it is 0.75% Vape Train Butter Base, 1% Cap Custard Cake, 3% Capella Shortbread, 1% SSA Shortbread Cookie, and 0.5% of Super Sweet.
Do you know what's that custard cake? I've never heard of that one.
It's one of the new ones, but I'm not too sure whether it's actually available over here.
That's probably why I've not
Can't
heard of
see.
it.
And the next one, then I'll drop that into chat for everybody to mix. The next one, then when it'll actually do it. Thank you. The next one is Pecan Sandies by Rocky Tooney.
Sandals.
Pecan Sandals,
Yeah.
which is 3% Flavor West Butter Pecan, 1% 1-on-1 powdered sugar, 3% SSA Shortbread Cookie, and 2% of Vanilla Overload by
Can
Gremlin.
we get that Gremlins anymore?
No, I don't think we can.
Because you used to be able to get it from chefs, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't think we can. Whether non-noms will pick it up, I don't know.
Yeah, I made the pecan sandies, but I think I had to sub out for the vanilla, and I forget which one he said to use. It wasn't quite the same, he said, but close.
And,
Right.
Last one then is Cookie Sandwich by Fee, which is 0.5% of Vape Train Butter Toffee Base, 2% SSA Ice Cream, 2% Dynamo Bar by Wonder Flavors.
What's the
1.5%. It's like a dime bar.
All right.
1.5% SSA shortbread cookie. 2% Wonder Flavors sugar cookie. 0.5% Flavora sweetness. And 3.25% Vape Train toffee ice cream. And I've also dropped that one into chat as well if people wanted to mix it up.
Yeah, I thought Gremlin Farm, wasn't it? Is it that one? What? That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So
trying to see what Richard said here. What? I'm confused on that question.
it says, which GTS is that? I was looking last night. Actually, I saw 3 different ones. One was named Storm, I believe. The others, I forgot now. What's the difference in my question? Are you on GT4?
I haven't played Grand
No,
Theft
no.
Auto.
I think it's vape. What are you vaping on?
This the GT4. Yeah, this is just
Yes.
the. I had the S ordered and couldn't get the S, so I wound up with the regular GT. This
Right,
is
so that's what he's asking. He's
this
saying
is
there's Storm,
yeah.
there's the S, there's a GT19, GT4 2019, there's a 2023, isn't there? That's what I
I
think
wanted
he's
the GTS
asking.
because the GTS gives you a little bit more volume because it doesn't have the metal casing. The metal casing actually makes it a little bit tighter, a little bit less volume.
Right.
They're delicious. So any of them will be excellent.
I've got one. They're great.
It's my favorite.
So smooth. The volume of the vape that you get is really kind of condensed, and
I never would have
satisfying.
guessed that this is what I'd be vaping on. If you told me this 5 years ago, I'd be crazy.
Yeah, with such a small coil as well.
Yep.
So
A
yeah,
single
that's
coil versus
so
dual.
So the Storm is without the metal case then? Is that what you're saying?
The GTS was without the
Yes.
metal case. This is just the base model GT4.
It's been
Whichever
out a
one
while though,
it is.
hasn't it? GT4's been out a while now because you're saying I've noticed that a lot of reviewers
Well,
are not
I don't even know if
posting
you
bigs
can
out.
get it anymore. If you can get the actual GT4, unless you can find a used one.
No, you can get GT4. Yeah, you can
can.
get them from Creme de Vape. Get them from Creme de
okay.
Vape in UK.
And you can get it from what's the German site?
Hacktung.
And
Couldn't
she
you
picked on me
get
earlier because I was
two
going to try and get you to
GT2s and
repeat
tape
some
them
German
together?
word, Benny.
Yeah, you could do, Bill. 2 GT2s and tape them together. Yeah, you got GT4. Yeah.
Completely different vapes, though. Actually, the GT and the GT2 and then the 3 were completely different. It wasn't until the 4 that they changed. The 5, in my opinion, it's still good vape by the looks of it, but it's over-engineered with their fill port whole thing. And I don't know. For me, it's too much.
I know. What is it? ST's got one. Vaping Fagan he's trying to get one in it.
Bob has one of the 5. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm guessing the 2023 one is the updated version of it. I would say. So if you're gonna get one, and I think they are around about the same price, I'd get the GT 2023 myself.
I don't know. I mean, if it's anything like the Kenny 2023, it's not really an upgrade from the Kenny 2022. You know?
yeah. It's a bit like FIFA. FIFA. There's not a fucking lot of upgrades. They keep just changing the year.
Pretty much the same thing. They just changed the number. That's all.
Yeah.
The difference is basically mostly just the casing and glass for the different models of GT4.
So I hope that, Richard, I hope that helped you out there. I've not tried one. I've heard loads of things. Everybody seems
the vape is supposed to be the same. I think the chamber is the same in all of them.
Who's chat police? Message was removed by the chat police. As what has it been in?
That's Kenny. That's Kenny censoring himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's Kenny 2022 trying to be 2023. So
Yeah.
Kenny 2023, he censors himself a little more. Got it.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah.
The 2022 version was very noisy. Now it's toned down a little bit.
A little bit too much, I think, and he mumbles now.
Mumbles.
Vanilla Ovo, definitely worth picking up, apparently. Ian's saying. Definitely worth picking up if you're looking for that. And he says the reasonable shipping from Bull City, because they've got them in, haven't they? And if you use affidavit, you can get 10% or 6% off.
Yeah. Or kitchen mix.
Alien Ant Farm Life.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. So, has anybody else done any biscuit stuff out there? Anybody else want to ask any questions while we're on? Anybody done something? Bill, what's that one you've just been? Because that's a new one you've mixed up in it.
It's the same one I had mixed before that everybody thought was shit, but when I changed the name, everybody said, "Oh, that sounds good."
All right.
Are we talking biscuit as in biscuit or biscuit cookies?
Cookies.
Cookies.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that
not
it's
talking
the-
about those cone things that you,
Yeah.
those scone things that you put
Yeah.
gravy all over.
It's the blue raz with the yellow cake and the condensed milk.
All right, yeah.
But I ended up I've gone through the 100 mil, made 240, and now I've gone through about another 60 of that. And basically, if you call it a blue raz cream cake, it sounds better.
Right, I see.
Trying
That's
to
what-
find one in my list that doesn't have cult flavors, as Benny would call them.
Yeah, cult flavor. Any news? Anybody got any news on them cult flavors? Are they taking a trip?
They,
around the
they
world before
got
they
them
get
over there by now. I don't know what's going on.
I keep on checking the robot.
I
tech
found
file
one.
just in case it's been added.
I found one, Benny.
Go on then.
All right. So we got thumbprint strawberry coconut cookie. It's Amardine apricot wonder flavors at 0.25, biscuit inaware at 0.5, desiccated coconut VTA at 1, strawberry gummy candy wonder flavors at 1, strawberry jam VTA at 1, sugar cookie from Cap at 4, and ultimate strawberry jungle flavors at 1.
Very nice. Very nice. I've not heard that Amadinian.
Oh, it's a delicious, like perfectly ripe apricot.
Apricot.
It's right at the peak of ripeness. It's such a delicious flavor.
I like it.
And
a
it
bit
works
crunchy.
really well to bump your strawberries at 0.25% or your raspberries.
Right. Yeah, the one where Kenny turned woke. What do you think of Flavour West Crunch cereal?
Never tried that one.
To be fair, Flavour West. I don't know
Flavor
if I
West Crunch cereal. Do I have that one?
I don't know if it'd be any good because they don't really seem to do a lot of bakery sort of cereal sort of flavours.
A lot of Flavour West has fructose in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that dropped years ago, when I first started mixing it put me off buying a lot of Flavour West flavors.
Yeah.
I've
Flavour
only
West
recently
yellow
started
cake.
picking some up.
Yeah, yellow cake's the only one that's in here.
Yeah.
Roger said they couldn't find the Amadine here, unfortunately.
Oh, you can now. Well, Nom Noms has all the wonder flavors,
Yeah.
all of them, the entire line.
Yeah, it might just be worth looking for Wonder Flavors Apricot, just in case they have changed the name of it.
Yeah,
where-
we don't
where
have them
you're
all on
ordering
Bull.
from.
They're not 100% on Bull City, but they're 100% of the line is on Nom Noms now.
Craig's turning up a new leaf.
Num nums, not nom noms.
Num Noms.
Num nums.
Num Noms.
Num nums. I thought it was nom noms.
Again,
It
you can
is
use
Num
Noted
Noms.
12 for 12% off anytime.
Noom nooms.
Noom nooms.
Gnome gnomes.
I don't have the Flavor West Crunch cereal.
Oh, noms
So
had the
I have a
regular one.
bunch of Crunch cereals, but not Flavor West.
If no one's got it, then it's obviously one that's.
I was going to say, if I don't have it, it doesn't sound like one I probably
Zippy
want.
says it's good.
All right, Zipper said it's good. Fair enough.
So there's 50-50 No.
So
Sorry.
that means that if you put chocolate with it, it's not bad or something.
Well, someone on
Because-
about that. Do you think you could make a bourbon? Do you know some? I think Ian Thomas put in Benny's partial to a bourbon. I like a bourbon biscuit myself.
Bourbon?
Yeah,
Bourbon.
I think
Bourbon.
you could
not
possibly
bourbon.
get close, but it's getting that separation between the chocolate cream layer.
And the chocolate
It's
biscuit.
It's like chocolate frosting, isn't it?
Yes,
and the
yes,
actual
yes.
chocolate biscuit. It's getting that
Yes.
separation in them because I think it would just all merge into one. But you could do it with the Wonder Flavors chocolate frosting. Would be a great start for that, and then go for one of the your favorite shortbread.
Well, it's not really a shortbread, though, is it?
No, it's not. But
Do you know what I mean? It's more of a. It's not quite a biscuit, and it's not quite a shortbread. It's like a French thing.
It's like a French thing.
It's a French thing now. Okay.
Just trying to think what biscuit is like.
Leo Barry likes Flavour West Crunch cereal. It's not as lemons as TFA berry cereal to me. So it might be worth picking up then. Might be worth
Maybe.
picking up.
One that I've been trying to crack.
Bourbon Benny. That's it, Tetley.
The one that I've been trying to crack is the Fox's Crunch Creams.
The Orty ones or the ones?
No, the like the golden syrupy ones. I've got one that I've been working on, but I can't remember how close I actually got. I mean, it's a private recipe. I'm happy to share it if anyone wants to give her a mix up and remind me how close I got with it, because it's not unvapable. It is vapable.
Garibaldi would be an hard one to do, wouldn't it? Swamp Thing saying Garibaldi, because there's not a lot of biscuit in a Garibaldi.
No, that's the one with the raisins in, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll share my Foxy Crunch. Just to right, so this is where I got with it. 1.25% Wonder Flavors Bavarian Cream, 0.75% Flavor Jungle Biscuit, 3.5% Cupcake World Digestive Biscuit. And so the digestive biscuit and the Flavor Jungle Biscuit give you that sort of that texture that you get within the crumbly texture.
Mm-hmm.
0.5% of Vape Train Golden Syrup, 0.25% of Wonder Flavors Stevia, but I don't think I'm not sure if they're doing that anymore. 1.5% of Vape Train Vanilla Buttercream Frosting.
Would that Bavarian cream bit right? Cream for it though.
Yeah, the Wonder Flavors Bavarian cream is like a stiff. It's like a stiff pastry cream as opposed to a Bavarian cream.
Right.
So with it being the stiff pastry cream, with the
All right,
combined
Jay,
with the
nice to see you. Big love, buddy.
Hi Jay, with that combined with the vanilla buttercream frosting, does actually give you that
artificial cream
center.
sort of.
Yeah. As I said, it's not unvapable. It was really nice, but I can't remember how close it actually got to the Fox's Crunch Creams.
Right. Craig D says, what about Mickey Baldy? And Rockasuni says, I did one for the UK Mixing Show 87, hashtag 87, Benny's Buttery Bisquick. Yeah. Tetley saying, anyone know a good Fruit Loops? Had one years back that was proper milky and can't find one as good since.
It's the Wayne Walker's 5 loop. I'll bring it up. It's Wayne Walker, so
was Looper? Is that's
Looper's
Yeah.
one, but that's the old one, isn't it? Wayne Walker did a one called 5 loop.
Well, if anybody should be able to do loops, it'd be Luke Loop.
I agree. Yeah.
It's in his name already. He ought to be able to do Fruit Loops. It's probably his sister.
That's sort of what I tried to do with my Sheerlock O's, but instead of having it in milk, I actually had it in cream.
Right, well, that's what it might be. He says that milky, so it might be a creamy sort of milk he's looking for rather than the milk.
So I can call it my
Pippa's done one, Fruit Loops in 5.
All right.
I'll bring it up. So she's gone with Capella Fruit Circles at 5, Wonder Flavors Lemon Orange Rice Candy at 1, BTA Milkshake Base at 1.5, BTA Orange Tang at 2. You can tell she's got loads of concentrates. They're all ones I'm like, I can not got.
Yeah, the lemon orange rice candy is it's quite nice, but if you push her up too high, you can get a little bit harsh.
Yeah. And super sweet at 0.75. And normally you can trust her recipes.
Yeah.
I know Wayne's one had a lot more because I was looking at Fruit Loop recipes about 2 days ago.
All
So I
right,
was
yeah.
going through all the flavors, and the Pippa's one stood out because it only had the 5 flavors in, and all the others seem to have quite a lot of flavors. But the original Looper was released. The actual recipe was released on, I think it was, is it OOT or one of the websites, Out of the Ashes?
All right.
Uh,
I
yeah.
think the original one went out into the wild, and then people brought it in and put, just saying they found this on the internet and everything like that. So I think the original one is out there.
Rocket says one he's tried lately on all the flavours is Fruity Scoops, if you want to bring that up. And Anki says we already have a Fruit Loop in the middle.
Who's in the middle?
Penny.
I'm not too sure, Zippy. I'm not too sure what ones are Luke's Republic and what ones aren't. I'll have a quick look now in the Loop, see what he's got. I got I'll do a quick share on the Sheerlock O's because it's close to profile, but it's cream, not milk. So this is Sheerlock O's. Cheers.
That looks good.
1% FA Bavarian cream, 1.25% Wonder Flavors buttercream frosting, 1.5% of Cap crunchy frosted cookie, 8% Cap fruit circles silver line, and 2% Vape Train vanilla cream.
That's gonna be like a dessert. That's me.
Yeah, it is. It's Fruit Loop. That is Fruit Loops in cream. I know
like
Sam actually really liked that one.
That looks really good.
There's that recipe in.
Let's see what
What
I
was
can
the other one?
find for Luke.
Fruit Scoops on all the flavours. Fruity Scoops. Zipper saying Sherlock's is the bomb. Craig D saying grumpy out.
I can't even find Loop on ELR Zippy. When I type his name in it, nothing is coming up. He's even as an author, so I'm not too sure whether he's made
Got
all
rid
his
of
recipes
everything.
private.
Okay, there's also one on all the flavors developed by Folk Art for a looper. And they use Inawera Cactus at 0.5. You can tell it's a developed recipe, can't you? Fe Lemon at 0.25. TPA Lemon Lime at 0.1. Cap Sugar Cookie at 3. Super Sweet at 0.5 and Sweet Cream at 0.5. And they've got full notes there. And they've approached it in a completely different way.
Do you know Fruit Loops then? Is it very lemony?
The actual cereal isn't, no.
I was just wondering why everybody's putting like lemon and lime.
It's got a touch of lemon flavor to it,
yeah,
but it's not like lemony.
It has got some lemon to it, but it's a mix of all. It's a mix of all fruits.
Right.
I know I got absolutely hooked on it the first time I went to the States on holiday. That's all I was eating for breakfast every day.
Right.
Because it was fantastic. It was really sweet, but it was really nice. And then of course couldn't get it over here. But yeah, it's from what I remember, it was like a little touch of lemon, strawberry, berries.
But you got to remember, there is a cereal out there which is better than everybody else's cereal.
Yes, there is.
Let's find it.
So while they're finding that, Bill, did you have a good birthday?
I had a birthday.
Apparently, you had a birthday. Yes,
That's coming.
Yeah, I got 18 holes in. And
all right, Rajan. Thanks for joining us, mate. Enjoy your evening or your day, whichever.
That'd be
Hit the
awesome.
thumbs up on the way out.
Wonder if Luke's are on ATF instead of
He is. It says
ELR then.
Luke Luke's Fruity Loop Donut was delicious on all the flavours, apparently.
Okay, there we've got the golden nuggets. Yay!
Yay! Golden nuggets.
The cereal to beat
It's
all
made by the
cereals.
fisherman guy. Yeah.
Which is cereal 27 by at 0.75 by Capella, classic Belgian waffle Molenbeek at 2, cream Flavora at 0.5, digestive biscuit by Chef's Choice, which is Cupcake World at 1.75, honeycomb by Vape Train at 3, milk Flavour Art at 1, and powdered sugar on 1 at 1. And there you go. If everybody remembers that from when you were a kid.
Something
No.
fishy about that, but okay.
But
Yeah, is that classic Belgian waffle easy to get?
I think it still is. But there's also, if you're after a cereal, this is the
Can you even get it?
everybody raves about this one, and it's only 4 flavors. Cereal 27 at 3, fresh cream. I'm not going to say that. Flavor Art at 1, meringue Flavor Art at 1.5, and waffle cone by Flavor West at 2. I'll put those two.
Do you know when you went back there, Luke were on there, mate?
Yeah, I'm on ATF now looking
There,
at
Luke,
Luke's
vanilla
recipes.
butter milk cake.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look at that.
I've got I found two of his with Fruity Loop 3 Fruity Loop donut. I found I've got Wadey Loop ice cream, and there was another one as well I just saw. It's a cereal mix, but it's not the cereal with milk.
Ian Thomas is saying Cupcake World is treats line.
Yep.
Yes.
Right here. That's what this is. The OG.
The problem
milk
with
is
the
actually part of
non-mom's
that line.
treat that when you make an order and you've got those mystery flavors, you can always send them an email and ask them, have you got this in of Cupcake World? If I order a mystery flavor and put a note in my order, can you not just give me a random one? Can you give me that one?
Will they do that?
I'm sure they will.
It's not much of a mystery flavor
gonna
if
say
you
it's a
tell them
mystery-
what
yeah,
the mystery
exactly,
flavor is
yeah.
going to be.
Yeah.
I did find in Luke's recipes a milk cereal base. So it's the milk with the cereal, with the actual cereal bits, like the bottom of the bowl milk.
All right, yeah.
Which may very well work if you actually throw Capella fruit circles at it.
Yeah, fruit circles, the silver
yeah.
lime.
Yeah, so I will share this.
Little Barry said old school Fruit Loops recipes use FA bergamot.
Yeah, for that little kick. Yeah. It is quite bitter, that though, if you go a little bit too heavy-handed with it. So you got this is Loop's milk cereal base, which is 0.25% Capella cereal 27, 2% Purilium condensed milk, 0.2% Flavor West flavor enhancer, 0.25% Flavor West hazelnut, 1% FA meringue, 1.5% FA milk, 0.1% Vape Train milkshake base, and 1% Vape Train vanilla cream.
Do you know, I was going to say that when they were asking about the milk base, could you use that condensed milk that you've been using?
That
Bill's put in these. What's that condensed milk?
The condensed milk, that the Wonder Flavors condensed milk's the one I use. It's actually more creamy to me. It's more of a
creamy, almost buttery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you want the sweetened condensed milk, like the Nestle one, the carnations, it's the Cinnabon condensed milk.
Yeah, the Cinnabon. But that one here, I think I've got.
But the Wonder Flavors one is really it is
strongly
really condensed
do not
milk.
recommend single flavor testing. Wonder Flavors condensed milk. I've done it. Don't do it.
I did it. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it as a single flavor test.
Oh,
It tasted like condensed milk. I like condensed milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a
Not the
single
only one,
flavor I
Anki.
enjoyed.
Daddy's going to mix up the Golden Grahams. Looks a banger.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that Golden Graham is good.
Tino TPR did it. And he mixed it up and he absolutely loved it. He was like looking at it, go, "This is not this can't work. This can't work." And then after 3 weeks, he just went, "Wow."
What is that, Bill?
It's late LAIT
Oh,
is what
late,
it's
yep.
condensed milk. That's the salubarome condensed
have that.
milk here. Instead of it being called condensed milk, it's called LAIT.
Yeah,
Right.
it's French for milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually is a more of the carnation one. Yeah.
Mr. In says, I see that Graham has taken the money from Pugs for the link. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah,
Graham's trying to play it off. Good try.
Yeah, I know, Hanky. I'm really craving a bowl of cereal now.
There's nothing better than cornflakes, though.
Has anybody ever done a proper cornflakes mix?
Well, you don't. All you have to, if you want to do a cornflake mix, look no further than Camavatic cornflakes.
Yes, it is straight up cornflakes.
It's just cornflakes.
Right.
Add a little bit of FA. Have a little bit of FA milk and some a tiny bit of FA meringue, and you're there.
That's it.
I agree with Ian. I wonder if it was condensed milk. Is like condensed milk, like the kind you're using for your baking.
But who eats cornflakes without putting a ton of sugar on them?
Well, put some powdered sugar on it, making frosties.
Or a little bit of super sweet.
Frosties then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or a bit of super sweet.
You don't just eat cornflakes. You got to put
if you
actually no.
Like
Which is the one? Is it flavour sweetener? Which is the one which is like taking? Oh, VSO. VSO sweet is that the sugar one?
Yeah.
Yeah, VSO sweet.
Fee's saying, anyone have SSA classic cake or no? The name that's changed is showing invalid on here.
Yeah, was that SSA classic sponge cake?
Yeah, that's the version of the Mollenbury. I think I'd noticed some of the Mollenbury kind of concentrates were kind of being copied over to
SSA. Yeah,
SSA.
That's what I noticed with a lot of them.
I started looking at them and going, hang on.
But the percentage, the way they're made, it's like they condensed them, and some of them it worked.
All right,
some it didn't.
Bill's got it. Classic sponge cake.
Yeah, I think what they might have done, I think they just transferred some of the Mollenbury across to SSA, just made them that little bit more concentrated.
And a little harder to work with, ironically.
No, you just cut the
Make sure you mix up that Yorkshire pudding with jam, though, so you can support Benny's homeland.
Yeah.
So,
What are you saying, Bill?
I said you just cut the percentage down if they're a little harder to work with. They're not. It makes it actually better because you don't have to spend so much.
Yeah, you get more out of a bottle, yeah.
I can't remember who mentioned the chocolate Viennetta swirl. If you want to start with the Viennetta swirl, the
Words are hard, okay?
The FA vanilla cookie, is it?
Yeah,
Which has got the vanilla, which is basically vanilla swirl, and I would put. I've never seen chocolate Viennetta. Don't know what's in it, but if you want that kind of, if it's a chocolate Viennetta,
well, it's not. It's just vanilla cream with chocolate on top.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah. Basically, Viennetta, chocolate Viennetta.
It's ice cream, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just an ice cream with chocolate on top. That's all it is.
Oh, Viennetta ice cream. I thought it was Viennetta swirl.
No, chocolate on top and then chocolate going through.
No,
that's what you're thinking of Viennese whirl, which is the
biscuit.
I
am, yeah.
Viennetta swirl. Viennetta swirl. It's sponge cake, homemade SSA, apparently.
Nope.
I thought we were talking biscuits.
Well, what? You brought Viennetta up, not us.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. No.
Yeah, that
I
is
know.
firm.
Chefs used to do a really nice Viennese whirl. Actually tasted like it, but I don't know if they've taken it across the flavour craver.
I know. I don't know if you're in someone put in. I think it was Swamp Thing that put in ginger nut.
Ginger nut.
Yeah, could you do a ginger nut biscuit?
What's ginger nut? Just out of
I'd say
curiosity.
A ginger
go
nut biscuit. It's
for-
just a ginger biscuit, basically.
yeah,
Ginger
go
biscuit.
for vape train ginger root or root ginger, which is true to name. With for the actual biscuit, then I go with Wonder Flavors sugar cookie, just for the base, and then you want something then to just harden that biscuit up because the ginger nuts have always got a crunch to them, haven't they? They're quite a hard biscuit.
What about in a Wera biscuit?
That's more like a wafer, though, isn't it? I don't know
If
whether
you're going ginger, I would almost say go with the brown sugar cookie because you want that darker. You'd want a darker like cookie with the
that
ginger.
could work.
Could
That
you
could
put
work.
what is it? Do you know, like saying ginger root? I quite liked the I think it was a cap gingerbread man. It's got a picture of a gingerbread man on front.
Yeah, you could probably use that. Yeah.
That was quite nice ginger. That it wasn't ginger full on ginger, if you know what I mean. It was more
But see, I get full on ginger from ginger nuts.
right.
I don't quite get the ginger that you
I'm not a
get
massive
in
fan of ginger nuts, to be honest with you, but
Yeah, I don't
No,
quite get the
Mary
ginger
Ann
that
was
you get
better.
from gingerbread or gingerbread men. I get more of a full on ginger, which is why I went with the ginger root.
Do snickerdoodle in it. That'd pick it up a little bit.
Strawberry Viennese would be banging.
So that would be the FA vanilla cookie.
Yeah, I wonder if you throw a little bit of shortbread at that and then lighten it up with some FA meringue.
Yeah, and then for the is it cream filling? Wonder flavor?
Yeah, it's a not too sure. See, I'd reach for the Wonder Flavors Bavarian cream, just for that stiff cream with a little bit of maybe the Vape Train vanilla cream.
And for the strawberry?
Jungle Flavors Ultimate. Or if you actually wanted a jam, I go for Vape Train Strawberry Jam.
so there you go. With that, there you go. Definitely give that a try. Don't know what someone saying. Not sure if that's right. Fee saying me neither. Rocky frustrating since it's a nice flavour. Apparently, you look like Professor from Gilligan's Island. Why did you just say it? Why did you have to put it in chat?
Just say it.
Fucking say it.
You're on the show.
I was waiting for Bill's reaction to it first, and it's more fun in chat.
No, you think I read chat?
Good point, Bill. No, you mentioned you said you made a Gilligan's Island reference just a second ago, like, and it's like,
No, I didn't.
now I'm thinking about it, you kind of do look like the professor, like the smart one on the island, sitting back and not saying a word, watching everybody else make fool of themselves. Good idea.
Ian Thomas saying brandy snaps are ginger flavour. Just made me think now, what about for ginger nut? Flavora, was it ginger snap?
Ginger snap or ginger bread or something like that. What is it?
Yeah, I think it's ginger snap, isn't it?
Yeah, we just went over that not long ago.
I think that would work with a little bit with
Yeah,
some.
because that's got a
with some
real
biscuits.
strong
'Cause
ginger.
yeah, and
aspect
it
to
would give you that. It would give you that snap as well that you get from ginger
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, that would actually probably be a good one.
You
call.
could try if it's like a cream tea, but just shortbread. You could actually try FA Cornish cream tea with SSA shortbread.
Isn't that what they did with the scones? Scones.
Mm.
He
With
has a
cream
ginger
tea.
nut recipe.
Right, bring it up then.
He has one. I will have a look
Scones
now.
or
See if I can
scones.
find it.
I've done that mix, those two together. It didn't quite work.
No. Is it called ginger nut fish?
Can't say ginger nut anymore, anyway.
I used to have ginger nuts.
You can't say ginger
And I
nuts.
went grey.
What were you, a ginger? You a ginner?
I
You're
don't think
ginge.
Ginger beer.
I don't think
Is it-
ginger had nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Graham's a ginger.
Ginger nut. Yes, I found it. I have it. Right. So, there you go. Fee's ginger nut is 1.25% Wonder Flavors cashew, 1% Flavora ginger snap, 1% Capella gingerbread, 1% Vape Train golden syrup, 0.5% of Flavora sweetness, and 2% vanilla cookie.
That golden syrup goes so well in biscuits and cookies.
Mm.
Yeah, it does.
So there you go. If you want a ginger, try that one. Look for peas.
I'll drop that into chat for everybody.
Leo Barry said I could never get FLV ginger snap to work for me. Too strong. It depends what ginger you want in it. Do you know what I mean?
It is one of those strong. It is one of the stronger Flavora flavors as well. So you start to 0.25 and work up.
Lee says ginger oot. Thomas says if I was a Reddit, I would have ginger nuts. You would have ginger nuts.
Now you remind me more, Tim, of the plane boss. The plane.
Motivates Leo Barry, use your
Different
drop splitter.
shows.
The
Yeah,
plane,
different
the
show.
plane.
We got the fisherman, we got the professor, we got the mad scientist over there, and then we got our skipper. I guess I'm Gilligan.
The mad
Oh
scientist.
yeah, I was thinking the fantasy island.
Yeah,
didn't I?
Graham's a mad scientist.
Who was the mad scientist on that show?
I didn't
I don't know what
say
you're
it was
fucking
exactly the
talking
same
about,
show. We don't have a Marianne, so I mean, we could call him Marianne, but I was thinking mad scientist made more sense.
I don't even know what you're on about. Fucking old
Rocky-
kids.
Rocky Tooney has put in chocolate tacos. I believe he's asking for.
Oh, Choco
that-
Taco
that-
is his chocolate taco recipe.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Does he have biscuit in that one?
Martin's just put in question, could you make a tea and biscuit as I'm drinking biscuits in my tea now and they always taste better? They don't taste better in tea. Never taste better.
They're dunking
mo-
biscuits in tea.
What
Yeah,
is it?
most of
The
Rich tea.
Most
Rich
of
tea.
the most of the
afternoon
tea,
tea
flavors,
by the Flavor Smiths is a very nice like biscuit you'd have with your tea.
I was going to say most of the tea flavors I've tried, and like your builders, and like your builders tea or your breakfast tea, they're more like Earl Grey.
Yeah.
They're always got
Some of
that
them are very
slightly
dirty.
floral note to them.
Yeah, that's the bergamot.
Richard saying today, okay, last question today, lol. Which .AIO or Cthulhu AO? That's if I ever find the Cthulhu. Been looking now for 3 months, lol. I really liked it. I think they're bringing a new one out. But it's a borrow one, Cthulhu.
Cotton D has a good point. The .AO has a lot of third-party accessories.
Yeah.
It really does.
And they're
Yeah.
all available as well. To be
If
fair.
in Canada, on eBay, still allow vape gear, when you do a search, click search description as well, and you might find one, and then save the search and request an email. So what will happen is anytime like the Cthulhu.io comes up, you'll get an email saying Cthulhu.io.
Right.
So, because
I don't think they did that many of them. That's his problem. Go on, sorry, you say.
Yeah, a lot of when you're searching for vape, especially on eBay, you're not allowed to have vape you're not allowed to have it in the title, and you're not allowed to have it in your description. But people put the Cthulhu in the description, or it could be in a bundle or anything like that. So if you do that, search description, save the search, request email, and anytime it'll come up, you get a notification.
Right.
You can find loads of good shit that way.
Is that how you found all that fucking bundle with that fucking squonker that you got?
Yeah, the SQ signature chips. I got what was it? 9 mods with an SQ signature tips, a Pulse 2 squonker. So 2 squonkers. I got loads of stuff with it, and I think 4 RDAs as well for 35 quid.
Yeah. Obviously, someone didn't know how much that SQ fucking signature tips were.
I know. No, no. It just didn't come up on your normal list.
Right. Ian Thomas says, "Isn't SA black tea? Is that not Yorkshire tea flavour?"
I haven't tried that one.
I'll stick it in my basket. I'm waiting for a VSO. I've been sticking things in my basket. I'll stick that in my basket.
I'm not a tea person, so
Swamp Thing said chocolate digestive for the win.
Ooh.
You know, I'm thinking Cupcake World digestive biscuit, because that is the closest thing I have ever tried to a digestive biscuit. It tastes just like it to me, with Wonder Flavors chocolate frosting, a little bit of Jungle Flavors milk chocolate, and you might have to drop a little bit of cream or a little bit of milk in there just to give you that milk chocolate. But I think that should work.
So it's black tea SSA. I'll stick that in my basket.
Yeah, there's no point in me asking me for tea because I'm not a massive tea person. Well, I don't like tea for a start. So
And as far as a tea biscuit, though, that afternoon tea flavor just as a one shot with some sweetener from the Flavor Smiths was one of the ones we all agreed we loved. It was
Right.
really nice tea biscuit.
And what's the tea biscuit?
The
Tea
biscuit that's
something
falling
like
into your tea.
like a cookie cracker thing you'd have. Cookie thing you'd have with your. Well, you guys would call a biscuit. We'd call a cookie.
Well,
tea.
we have rich tea.
I'm guessing that's what it
A
is.
special just for dunking in tea.
Rich
that's what
tea,
that kind
rich
of tastes
tea is
like,
the
something
world's
that's
most
made for teas.
boring biscuit.
But when you dip it in tea, it's not.
No, it's the world's most boring biscuit, and every time I've dipped it into tea, I've gone, dip, there goes half of the rich tea.
It's only like
But
2
then
seconds.
you get nice and creamy.
2 seconds.
tea.
Can't go over
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I literally just dipped it in 2 seconds, and half of my rich tea is falling into my tea. So I don't bother with rich teas anymore.
Ian Thomas says, Cupcake World Digest is pretty damn close. Rocky Junior said, Wonder Flavors Bavarian cream goes good with chocolate.
Yep, you can see that.
We've had a little. Tim's put a little bit of voting who would pilot the plane. Craig D saying the chair, defo Tim. He's older and maybe wiser, probably flew planes in an hour. Probably when he was drunk or stoned, maybe.
He's already forgotten how to fly it, though. That's
It
the
was in the 70s. You know, I flew in planes.
Yeah. Mr. Incenses in me, he looked good in a pilot hat.
We'll
Billy
look
wants
good
a hobnob.
crashing.
Yeah, I'm with Billy Lee Rice. Hobnobs for the win, especially for dunking.
I'm with feed. Dunking is gross. Yes.
Are you not a dunker then? Are you not a dunker then, Bill?
No, I mean, why? If I want a cookie or a biscuit,
What about a
and
donut?
tea, then I take a bite out of my cookie, I eat it, then I take a drink of tea, and then I take a bite out of my cookie, and then I don't want the two together.
What about
I can
donuts?
just
Anybody
put it
here
in my
dunker
mouth
when it
and
comes
take
to
a drink.
donuts? That's the whole reason why it's called Dunkin' Donuts.
I
Is
don't get the
because
donut dunking. I really don't get the donut.
One
dunking.
thing I never ever got. One of my uncles used to dip toast into his tea
Oh,
with butter on
with butter
as
on.
well.
so you
I
get that
never,
nice
ever
sheen
got
on
that.
top of your tea when you're drinking it.
I
Do you know
never
what?
ever got that.
So I've got a question to ask, and this is in chat as well. Does anybody dunk McDonald's fries in their milkshake?
No.
Oh my god!
No,
Do you really?
'cause
Oh my
Benny,
God.
do
It-
you?
it actually, I did it once.
It's
it actually
freaking
tasted
delicious, it
okay,
really
but it just
is.
felt really weird, so I never did it again.
You have to have really fresh, crisp fries, though. They can't be the soggier ones. But yes,
I
Why?
will
Why?
dunk. I will dunk a celery stick in ranch dressing. How's
there you
that?
go. He's a dunker.
If you're doing that, Tim, you may as well just get your milkshake, throw it in the blender, get your fries, chuck them in the blender, and then shove your burger in there for good measure and just blend it all up and then tip it down the sink.
Bun and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
put the whole
blend
burger
it all
in.
up,
Not
yeah.
No,
just-
down the toilet, so it gets a full transition.
I don't,
just
mate.
skip
It's
in the
not
body.
me. Not me, mate. I don't dunk it in a milkshake. I just never got it myself.
It's not milkshake, not as much, but like a frosty, actually, or something like that. It's better.
Yeah, but why would you dip a chip in a flipping milk? Who sat there and thought, "Oh, I'll dip my chip in that milkshake"?
I don't know who
That
came
tastes
up with it
nice.
first. I don't know. And it's not like I do it all the time. I'll do it like a 1 or 2 and then done.
Basically, somebody who was high, Benny, who said, "Well, I can have
I was
both
not
of
gonna
these
go
at
there.
the same time." Wow.
Swamp
I
Thing.
wonder what would happen if,
Swamp Thing says he dunks his Big Mac in his milkshake. Whatever he does in the privacy is his own, in his own home is entirely up to him.
We don't judge on this panel.
I think that's a sex thing, though. I don't think that's got anything to do with buying food.
I think we just took a turn here somewhere. Yeah.
Rocky Tony says, "Try the dirty cookie shots."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I think Swamp Thing already has, Rocky.
Billy says, "Someone pregnant, obviously."
Oh yeah, we were going over biscuits. He did just come up with the dirt cookie recipe. Rocky just
So
did.
that's a combination I've tried. Sliced green pepper and sherbet.
Why would you put pepper in sherbet?
Well, sure. I got one of those shoes.
To make it taste like
sherbet.
PFA?
It was sitting next to me, and I thought, try green peppers and sherbet.
Why?
I ate all the licorice. I had a load of sherbet left, and I'd cut up peppers for a hummus dip. And I
Was
just
this-
thought,
Look at this. I'm gonna bring
Was
it back
this
to
when
the
you
cookies
missed
with
the
the
Sunday
biscuits.
night show, Graham? The other night when you missed the Sunday night show because you were...
it wasn't that.
Yeah, Bill, I think it
Well,
was.
I probably was in that same state.
Oh, Bill,
I don't like
Bill.
Oreo Zippy.
So here's one from Rocky that he just came up with. This is actually a biscuit cookie, dirt cookie. Have you guys ever had those? The ones that look like kind of dirt. Then we got
The left or the right Twix, though, Martin.
so we got chocolate frosting wonder flavors at 2, cookie crumble from Cap at 3, pudding based VTA at 0.5, sweet cocoa SSA at 0.4, vanilla buttercream frosting VTA at 1, and yellow cake from Jungle Flavors at 1.6. And it's basically like, you've ever had those where sometimes you even get a gummy worm, you put them in them and whatever to make them fun for kids, like in a cup.
No,
It's kind of like those type of dirt cookies. You guys don't have
No.
those over there.
no.
No, we don't have them here either.
It must be a northern thing or something. I don't know. I'm not
I
saying
think
I don't
if
fucking know.
that would be one of those things where, hey, let's sell these. Well, what do we call them? We'll call them dirt cookies. Everybody will want them.
Yep. Well, the thing is it's supposed to look like actual dirt, like a mud pie type.
Yeah, that's appetizing. That would make, that's what you're trying to do when you make something, make it look like dirt.
Yeah, I'll just go out and buy a bag of dirt. Yeah, we'll eat that instead.
I mean, if you're trying to make something that's tasty, you don't make it look like dirt.
I bet that
Right.
that recipe looks really good though.
It does look
Yeah, it
nice.
does
It
look
does look
good.
nice. It does look nice. Right, we are coming up to that time. It is nearly 10:30. We will go around and say our goodbyes. We will start with Liam.
Thanks everybody in chat. Been a great show as always. Always provide us with some entertainment as well as good questions. If you wish to follow me, you can do so on ELR, Vaping Community Calculator, and all the flavors when I remember to post as Sherlock Holmes. And I will pass you over to Tim.
Tonight I'll be on the Foggy Fairway on Golf T Vapes channel. As Benny will say, I'm on a lot of the programs.
Just look for a mixing show.
Yeah. And then next week we're going to be going over Recipe Week, which includes almost every single flavoring we've done so far this year because we haven't had a Recipe Week in a while. So it's going to be a fun one. And, there might even be some recipes come up that some of these people right here on this panel and in this chat have made. In fact, I know that some of that's true.
Okay,
And I'm
here's a
gonna
challenge
pass
for
it.
you. Here's a challenge for you. There's more than 2 recipe sites. There's also the vaping community.
There is the vaping community site. That is true. That is very true.
So,
Which doesn't get used often enough, to be honest with you.
yeah. So make sure it is.
Yeah. So Pug's definitely paid Graham, so I'm going to pass it to Graham.
I use it all the time. I don't use anything but that one.
Graham?
Oh, did he pass it on to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Listen up.
You can catch us on Friday on the proper show. I think it's 10 o'clock, where we got Nick Devine on. And you can catch us on Sunday on the Northern Union Vape Show, where we'll be talking about something. I have no idea, but are we complaining that you had to make me watch Sonic the Bloody Hedgehog? And I'll pass it over to who's not gone?
Bill.
Bill.
Thank you, Chad. It's been an enjoyable day. Some good input. You can catch me now on Monday nights on the Monday Night Show with Mick and Bill at 9 UK time, 4 Eastern Standard Time in the US. We're no longer on Sunday nights. We've moved. We packed up the van and moved.
So they can fluff Kenny and Craig.
Yeah, Kenny and Craig. Yeah, the fluffers now.
Kenny and Craig.
And I will toss it to Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody in chance. Thank you very much. Lil Barry says he looks forward to this show each week. Thank you very much for all the chat joining us week in, week out. It's absolutely fantastic and putting in some good questions. Yes, as Richard Kidd said, 40 minutes on loops. But someone asked a question. We've got to show it. So if you have any questions, do go over to Monkey on Juice. You can drop them in there. And there's some decent mixers in there that will help you out. Also, go over and check out Tim on every mixing show that you can find on YouTube. Just type in DIY e-liquid mixing and his name will pop up in somewhere on there. Go check out Bill on a Monday night with the new show instead of a Sunday. So don't turn up on the Sunday after NUVS because he won't be there. He'll be there on a Monday at 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And then you've got Craig Chewing the Fat with Craig and Kenny from 10 till 11. So Monday is quite packed now. It used to be quite slow, but now it's quite packed. Because you've got the Late Night Vape Show on at 7:30. You've got, what is it on? Eat My Baby. And then you've got Mick and Bill. Then you've got Craig and Kenny. So Monday nights is becoming a very packed day. Check us out on Northern Union Vape Show on a Sunday night. We will be back next week on Wednesday night. For the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. Do check out our sponsors, which is Proper Coils. For 10% off, use DIY10 for all your coiling needs. Go over to Flavour Craver and pick up some of the original one-shots, if you know, you know, and try some out. Like say, I like RY4 and Mexican fried ice creams. Go check them out. And we'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Good night.
Bye.
Night all.
Night.